everybody, I'm Teresa, and this is day 1 in week 8 that I'm out of school. And I read chapter 6 of Amelia and Bedelia road trip on Thursday because I had a day off on Friday. So today I'll read you chapter 7. Chapter 7, a great support. It was love at first sight. Amelia and Bedelia thought the cabin was possibly the cutest cabin in the world. It was by the water, so they got a view of the lake from the breakfast room and both bedrooms upstairs. As they were putting the staples away, there was a knock on the door. "Howdy, neighbor," came a deep, friendly voice. "I've been expecting you." Stain Pilton is my name, but everyone calls me Doc. Amelia and Bedelia's parents introduced themselves, and Amelia and Bedelia. "I am glad to meet you, young lady," said Doc. "My granddaughter, Audrey, is visiting us. She may be a bit older than you are, but I'm sure you two will get along." "She's a good sport." "Which one?" asked Amelia and Bedelia. "Soccer? Basketball?" Doc laughed. "Actually, it's fishing," he said. "I need to learn how to fish," said Amelia and Bedelia. "I bet Audrey would be happy to teach you," said Doc. "You just missed her, though. She is out in a boat. In fact, she's fishing right around that bend." He pointed to where the shore of the lake curved around. "How about we take the mayor's boat for a spin?" said Amelia and Bedelia's father. "We can go say hello." "Great idea," said Doc. "Come with me and I'll show you the ropes." "Thanks. I grew up around boats," said Amelia and Bedelia's father, "but I'd appreciate the help." They all went down to their dock and climbed aboard the speedboat tied up there. Everyone put on life jackets. Amelia and Bedelia's father got behind the wheel and started the engine. Doc warned them about a big stump that was submerged about 50 yards off the dock. You can't always see it," he said. "Be careful. It snapped the propeller off a boat last summer." "Thanks for the heads up," said Amelia and Bedelia's father. As Doc cast them off, he hollered over the roar of the engine. "Amelia and Bedelia, find Audrey. You can try something new and get your feet wet." "Excuse me?" yelled Amelia and Bedelia. "Why would Doc want her to get wet feet?" Doc's reply was lost in the roar of the motor, and Amelia and Bedelia forgot all about wet feet as her dad steered carefully around the big stump. As she looked down into the clear water, she could see the stump. "Wait," she thought. Had something big moved down there, or her eyes playing tricks on her just like her ears? Soon her dad was speeding across Lake Largemouth. Amelia and Bedelia liked the cushions on the seats and the shiny brass instruments on the dashboard. "Do boats work like cars?" she asked. "Of course not," said her father. "We're on the water." "That's good," said Amelia and Bedelia, "because this boat has one of those little windows with an arrow pointing at the letter E, just like our car." Amelia and Bedelia's parents looked at the gas gauge, then at each other. Their eyes practically popped out of their heads. "Not again!" they yelled together. "Steer closer to land," advised Amelia and Bedelia's mother. If we run out of gas, we can swim for it." "Aye, aye, Captain," said her father. He turned hard, swooping as close to shore as he could without running aground. The engine made a sputtering, coughing, wheezing sound, and then silence. What boat did you grow up around? The Titanic? Asked Amelia Bedelia's mom. Too bad you didn't grow up around a gas pump, too. Now what are we going to do? Fear not, said Amelia Bedelia's father, picking up a boat hook with a long wooden shaft. It's shallow enough to use this pole to push us around that spit of land. Maybe we'll find someone with gas to spare. Amelia Bedelia and her mother moved to the stern to stay out of his way as he began pushing them along. I know, he said. Imagine you're in Venice, Italy. I'm your handsome gondolier. Amelia Bedelia's mother looked at her, then rolled her eyes. Amelia Bedelia's father tied a handkerchief around his neck. Romantico, no? He asked. No, said her mother. Maybe embarrassing, said Amelia Bedelia. This will help, he said, clearing his throat and singing, me, 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 me. Then, with the fakest Italian accent ever, he launched into O Sole Mio, which just happened to be one of Amelia Bedelia's favorite songs, but with new lyrics he made up on the spot. Oh, Sole Mio, please serve me pasta with extra sauce and a ton of cheese. Then bring me a plate of pastries with an espresso as strong as me. Bravo, honey, said Amelia Bedelia's mother, laughing. Amelia Bedelia and her mother clapped loudly, hoping he would stop it, but it only encouraged him. Amelia Bedelia's father began singing every Italian word he knew, making up a song that made no sense. Buongiorno, gelato, arrivederci, lasagna. With a giant shove, he pushed their boat around the bend and sang, Ciao minestrone. Hey, be quiet, a voice hollered. You're scaring the fish. The voice belonged to a girl sitting in a boat and fishing. Hi, Audrey, Amelia Bedelia hollered back. How did you know my name? Asked Audrey. As they drew near, they explained who they were. Audrey blushed. Sorry I criticized over your singing, she said. All I can think about is catching a big fish. I want to win the Lake Largemouth Fishing Contest. I've never even been fishing, said Amelia Bedelia. I can show you how, said Audrey. Can I hang out with Audrey? Asked Amelia Bedelia. She could teach me how to fish. Well, maybe for a bit, said Amelia Bedelia's mother. If you can spare some gas, we'll head back, said Amelia Bedelia's father. Sure, said Audrey. Come on over, Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia's father used the boat hook to pull their boat right next to Audrey's. Amelia Bedelia stood up and started to step across. Just then, a gust of wind blew the boats apart. Amelia Bedelia had one foot on each boat. She was doing a giant split as the boats drifted farther and farther away from each other. cried Amelia Bedelia, waving her arms around to keep her balance. But it was no use. Splash! Amelia Bedelia bobbed to the surface. She grabbed the side of Audrey's boat, and Audrey held her in like a big fish. Amelia Bedelia, yelled her father. Sweetie, yelled her mother. Her parents were frantic until they heard her laughing and sputtering. Then Amelia Bedelia did what her dog finally did when she got wet. She shook herself all over, spraying Audrey with water. Now both girls were laughing, and so were Amelia Bedelia's parents. Don't worry, said Amelia Bedelia. The sun is drying me off. We'll be fine, said Audrey. Tell Grandpa Doc to light the grill. We'll be back in an hour with a mess of fish for dinner. Bye, everybody. I'll read you chapter 8 tomorrow.